For more, we'll cross now to our correspondent in Berlin, Nick Holdsworth. Hi, Nick. So, this is, of course, not the first time that there's been this type of accusation against the Kremlin. It's been happening for years. So why summon the ambassador, and why now?
The German decision to summon the Russian ambassador Sergei Nechayev today really reflects the background of what's going on in Europe in the last week or two. We saw just a week ago the Americans coming out with a new security strategy, which seems to suggest that they're going to abandon Ukraine and Europe as allies as we've been in the past. And the Europeans have really been trying to pull together to present a united front to support Ukraine and oppose Russia. So the fact that they've chosen now to call in the Russian ambassador and read a charge list, which basically says they have the evidence, firm evidence, that shows that the Russians were behind a cyber attack which prevented the air traffic control working over several German airports in August of last year. They say that the Fancy Bear hacker group, which is a group run by the GRU, the Soviet military intelligence, was behind that. They also say they have evidence that there was some kind of a social media campaign to undermine democracy during the February elections of this year, with Friedrich Merz in particular targeted. And they say there have been other incidents of malicious cyber attacks or disinformation or damage caused by Russian actors. And to that list, it's not actually mentioned by the ministry today, but we can certainly add the destruction of the Nord Stream gas pipeline a couple of years ago. And in more recent weeks, the damage we saw on the Polish railway lines, which were sabotaged just a couple of weeks ago, and the drones over Poland recently. So they list a whole host of different types of attack which fall beneath the threshold for an actual war, but this is a kind of a hybrid warfare, they say, and this is something which they are clearly saying they have evidence to prove the Russians are behind this, hence calling in the ambassador to give him a damn good talking to today about that.
Nick, has there been a reaction from Russian officials yet, and do you think these allegations stand up to scrutiny?
There's been no official reaction from Russia so far. There's been a very brief piece on the TASS news agency just saying the ambassador had been called in. Certainly they stand up. The Russian military intelligence, the GRU, were behind the attempted murder of a couple of Russians in Salisbury some years ago. Subsequently, a local woman died when she picked up a perfume bottle that still had Novichok, which is a nerve poison, in it. So it pretty much does stand up, yes.
Nick Holdsworth, our correspondent in Berlin, thank you very much.